What can I say about my sister? Growing up with Lisa was really something because one thing about her, she never got in trouble. She never got whoopings. She always did the right thing. And I remember one time I got probably a spanking for something, and I was like, oh my God, I have to, you know, act and do everything Lisa do. And I went to Lisa, I was like, I'm gonna do everything you do because you never get whoopings. And her response to that was, yeah, because I know the consequences of doing being disobedient. And I always thought that was so funny, which was true. That girl, she always did the right thing. And it was another particular time. The only time I ever seen Lisa get a spanking was one summer. We would go to our grandparents every summer, give my mom a break. So my grandmother got some new furniture, patio furniture, and someone cut up her furniture. And I didn't know who did it. Lisa didn't know, and Tracy said she didn't do it. So my grandmother had to spank all three of us. And that was the only time I ever seen Lisa get a spanking. And later, Tracy admitted that she did it. So we were like, oh my God. So she was so sneaky. She cut up my grandparents' furniture. That's the only time Lisa ever got a spanking. Growing up in our household, my mom, she always worked two jobs. So one thing that I really could say about Lisa was that she never needed to be told to do her homework. She was the perfect kid. Me, on the other hand, I was that type of child. I needed someone to be on me, so I didn't do well in school. But not Lisa. That girl did everything. She was self motivated. She always did well in school. She was a straight A student, just very involved. And, I really loved it. I heard that about her as well. I remember when Lisa got her driver's license and she got her first car. It was a red convertible Rabbit, and it was a standard. And that girl, she did not know how to drive. I remember her driving um, down the one-way street in the opposite direction in downtown Long Beach, and I could not believe it. I was like, "Girl, you're gonna kill us." And it was another particular time where we were in LA, and she needed to turn back out, and I had to get out of the car and push the car back so that she can be able to turn the car around. Oh my God, so that was hilarious. My family, we were very proud of Lisa because, she went to college. She was able to get her degrees, married, young couple married, and having her children. And that girl still stayed so focused. And, she's like Wonder Woman. Very proud of her. And we always felt like, she just was the perfect person. She always had the best character. And she got that from my mom. I mean, they're going to do the right thing. And integrity is everything to them. And yeah, I always looked at her almost like a second mom, because if you're going to call her up, she would give you a godly advice, and that's what you're going to get from her. Yeah. Well, let me tell you about how she met Michael. We were all young. I probably was maybe 19 at the time. No, I was probably 18. Lisa was 19. She was going to Cal State Long Beach, and we decided to go on a trip to, because we were living in Long Beach at the time. We went to San Diego State because they had a Greek show and lots of parties and stuff. And Lisa decided to go along with us, me and my friends. And I remember looking back and I saw her sitting on Michael's lap. And I was like, well, I know she's kind of like leaning up against him. And that totally was not her norm, Lisa. And so we were like, okay, you know what? Maybe she know him from school or something. And come to find out, they had just met and they were like love at first sight. I remember when I moved back to California after getting a divorce in 2009, and Lisa was so busy with the kids. The kids were in soccer and doing different things, so her weekends were very busy for many years with the kids' activities. And because she knew that it was important for us to spend time together, because I also was a hairstylist and I was busy, juggling that she would pick me up and we would meet at um, Minnie's. I think it's called Mimi's, this little French breakfast place in Lakewood, California. And so she would treat me to breakfast on Saturdays. We would meet up and be there like early in the mornings before she started her Saturdays with the kids. And I really miss that.